Peterson. 7, Caelan Gould. 11, Nathaniel Hallamariam. 15.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bluewater Stadium in Ahuriri, Napier. This is round 17 of the Central League for 2023. We've got the home side, Napier City Rovers, against Wellington Olympic. Of course, Wellington Olympic, their last game was against Stopout Sports Club. They won that 6-3, and that meant that they won the Central League for the third time in as many years. For the home side, Napier City Rovers, they had an excellent win on the road a couple of weeks ago. That was against Wellington Phoenix Reserves, 4-1 at Fraser Park on the turf. And if we have a look at two teams' successive records there, we've got Wellington Olympic there, played 16, won 13, drawn 1, lost 2, and 4 and against, 67-25, with the goal difference 42, and they're on 40 points. Napier City Rovers currently on third. Played 16, won 9, drawn 3, lost 4, 46-27 with the goal difference 19, and they're currently on 30 points. They're third on the table, and that's 4 behind the second place holders, Wellington Phoenix Reserves. Now, all the home teams had wins yesterday. We had Miramar Rangers 5-1 over Whanganui Athletic, 3-1 Stopout Sports Club over North Wellington Football Club. And as we look at the two teams, we can see Wellington Olympic with lots of pace, particularly Gavin Hoy there in the number 23 shirt as well, and Caelan Gould, who is in pretty good form. He is 10th equal on the point scoring list with 9 goals. And they are coached there by Rupert Kemas. And having a look at Napier City Rovers, Oscar Mason is the goalkeeper there, aged just 19 years, and he will be making his 55th appearance for Napier City Rovers. A couple of clean sheets for him, both against Waterside Rovers AFC. And another player to look out for in the 10 shirt is Derek Kickoff. He is out of the Manchester City Youth Academy, and he has had a ripper of a season, second on the goal scoring list there with 14 goals, age just 25. And also Christian Leopard in the 20 shirts, 5 first class appearances, actually in a different game, cricket for Central District's highest first class score of 52. Head coach Bill Robertson. And having a look at the officials controlling this afternoon's game, we have the referee Calvin Berg. Assistant referees are Gareth Sheehan, and assistant referee number 2 is Edwin Cook. Temperature is about 17 degrees. Breezes are southerly of around 19 k's, but as per normal, Bluewater Stadium is looking at an absolute picture. And a good crowd building up as well. The main stand, as you can see on your screen, and then where we're filming from, fans and supporters can come along and to sit in the sun as well. So Wellington Olympic, they are in the white shirts, of course. Napier City Rovers in the blues shirts with the stripes there, and just about to get underway. Round 17, the Central League for 2023. And look, as I mentioned before, it was the home teams pretty much that had the wins yesterday. Waterside Rovers 4-3 over Petone Football Club, with the exception being Western Suburbs going down to Wellington Phoenix Reserves 1-2 at Porora Park. And as I said previously, that puts them second on the table. The Central League, Napier City Rovers last won it in 2018 and again in 2015 and 2012. Early touches here for Wellington Olympic. Bringing the ball through there, looking to clear it back, and that heads to their goalkeeper Scott Basalis. Opportunity for Wellington to Olympic to actually change the starting sheet for them and bring a few players through. Napier City Rovers very keen to avenge that loss that they had in round 8, 6-3 at Wakefield Park. Hamish Watson got a hat-trick on that occasion for Wellington Olympic, and Joel Stevens a brace with Caelan Gould the other goal. And for Napier City Rovers on that day, the goals were scored by Lack, Kavajanovic and Korf. Olympic with a bit of early possession and trying to find space in the midfield. Good through ball. And letting it run across. Goalkeeper for Napier City Rovers, Oscar Mason. Captaining Napier City Rovers this afternoon in his 46th appearance is the 27-year-old James Hoyle. Really is a great ground to watch football, both for supporters and also players to be a part of it. The surface is immaculate. Well documented that Hawke's Bay has had a terrible time with weather over several months going back through the pages of history, but the ground staff here and the council have been able to getting it look absolutely perfect. Tim Ewan with the call. And it's great to have your company wherever you happen to be watching. Wellington Olympic coming away. That was Devon Thurston. Good defence. Napier City Rovers. Trying to continue the pressure they're building at the moment, Wellington Olympic. Devonport Peterson. That's a good set of interplay there. That was Christian Leopard in the 20s shirt. Having a look now, Christian Leopard trying to find the cross ball. Ball loose. Nearly available for the shot on goal, but Wellington Olympic, they're able to diffuse and bring it away. Good strong challenge, no whistle. Play on is the call from the officiator. Calvin Berg. Both teams have come to play. It has to be said, of course, that Wellington Olympic, they have the Central League Trophy Championship locked away well and truly. But Napier City Rovers, a team with a lot of pride, and they'll certainly want to put pressure on, as they are right now. That's Doe. He finds Hoyle, the captain. Fergus Neal. Korf. Derry Korf. Derry Korf. And that's a corner. Corner to Napier City Rovers. See on the replay here, Christian Leopard bringing the ball forward. The ball was nearly available for the Napier City Rover player to pull the trigger and have a shot. Slight opportunity missed by Karajonovic. Olympic. Certainly started at a frantic pace here at Bluewater Stadium in Ahuriri, Napier. William Vincent with the throw. There's an appeal for a handball. Callan Gould. Still with Gould. Oscar Mason trying to defend the ball but unable to do so. Came from nowhere really, didn't look like anything was on at all for Wellington Olympic. But it was Callan Gould, as we can see on this replay. Nothing much doing. Ball just turned over, the left foot and curves around the upstretched arm of Oscar Mason. just sort of clips the upright, and a good goal for Wellington Olympic, taken by Caelan Gould. They go ahead, 1-0. 7 minutes just about to roll over here at Bluewater Stadium in Ahiriri, Napier. Not the start the home team wanted for sure. Olympic looking in control here at the back. They bring it across this near side. William Vincent. Again, good skills, but taken away by Napier City Rovers. Christian Leopard again. Appealing. Whistle not gone. Leopard. Good interplay. He's been industrious on this near side in the early stages of this game. Whistle goes. Wellington Olympic get the free kick. As we can see, it was a good physical challenge. And through the legs there of the Wellington Olympic player, and free kick goes to them. Goalkeeper Basilage comes forward to send it right down into the Napier City Rovers territory. And that was Caelan Gould challenge there that was on. Now, Napier City Rovers, they'll want to defend their end, no two ways about it. They don't want to be 2-1 down after just getting close to 10 minutes. Good interplay there. Nice triangle formed. That is William Vincent again, trying to find some more space, and he does so. Davenport Peterson. And that is another goal to Wellington Olympic. Not even 10 minutes into the first half, and they are 2 to the good.
Goal number 2 for Wellington Olympic, and it's Gavin Hoy.
And that was Gavin Hoy in the number 23 shirt. Easy as you like, the ball coming across, and all he had to do was pop it into the net. That was a good cross there by Davenport Peterson, and Gavin Hoy pushes Wellington Olympic ahead 2-0. And we're not even at the 10-minute stage. One feels that Napier City Rovers will need to respond pretty quickly, otherwise the locals certainly would not want to see one-way traffic. Derek off. Fergus. Emerson. Opportunity here. And diffused by Wellington Olympic. Still in play on that far side. Played at a frantic pace. Wellington Olympic with all the possession and all the position. And that's why they are 2 to the good. Goals in the 6th minute to Caelan Gould, and in the 9th minute to Gavin Hoy. Hale Mariam with the touch previously, and bringing the ball forward there to number 34, that's William Vincent. Gets it on to Gould, the goal scorer, one of them. Gould again. Whistle goes. Free kick. Strong challenge there on Derry Kickoff. He's a tall lad, 6'2", 188 centimetres, out of Chester in England. And he'll certainly want to inspire his team, that's for sure. Nice through ball. Running onto it there is Karajinovic, but not able to trap it. And it is corner. Christian Leopard coming to two. See if he can find one of his teammates. Swings it through. Opportunity. Ball not headed as they would have liked, but still in possession. Napier City Rovers just need to find their rhythm. Just have a few touches of the ball. They just seem to turn it over at crucial times. Captain for Wellington Olympic is number 15, Ben Mata. 10 goals this season, 5th equal on the goal scoring list for the Central League. Kickoff. Still going Kickoff. Trying to make something. Trying to spark something for Napier City Rovers. Finds McNamara. Shut down by Wellington Olympic. And they come away once more. Neil Fergus just settles it down. And he fires Albertini. Diffused by Wellington Olympic yet again. So Wellington Olympic just comfortably diffusing any attacks at this stage by Napier City Rovers. Trying to create something. Kickoff, nice little touch. Doe. Fergus, Neil Fergus. McNamara. Hoyle, the captain. Ball in for Napier City Rovers. McNamara there. Bringing it across to Neil, Fergus Neil. And in possession turned over once more, unfortunately, for the Napier City Rovers supporters here at Bluewater Stadium. Purely accidental there. Gould, Caelan Gould again. Looking threatening, looking likely. And nearly a through ball, but Oscar Mason is able to shut that down. Napier City Rovers, Kickoff. Ball at his feet. Defenders in front of him. Showing all the skills there. Still going, Kickoff. What can he do? Oh, nearly through, nearly through. McNamara had a crack as well. Goodness me. Opportunity now, Napier City Rovers, but that just goes wide. That was Christian Leopard. Already scored 6 goals this season. As we see on the replay, the ball was nearly available for him to really pull the trigger on it, but just a little bit inside out and not on goal. Still an opportunity there though. Now this is a good run forward by Fergus Neal. And just about, there's an appeal. Appealing to the assistant referee that it had crossed the line, but obviously we don't have technology here to prove or otherwise, but as we can see on the replay there, Fergus Neal bringing the ball forward, gets the left foot for the cross, the ball goes up, and then on that far side, it looked like Jonathan McNamara did all the hard work in Fergus Neal, and nearly in. But no, huge appeals. Let's have a look. Not there, but there. Just deflected. Opportunity missed though, and a good opportunity at that for Napier City Rovers. That'll lift the team, and that'll give the fans here at Bluewater Stadium something to take heart from. They're 2-0 down, the home side. And one feels they need to score next. So coming forward is the Wellington Olympic goalkeeper, Scott Basselage. Bit more possession for Napier City Rovers. The captain, Hoyle. But turned over, and Wellington Olympic come away with it. Ball at the feet there, that's exactly what they want. Gould, nice through ball. A little bit of pushing and shoving. But diffused. McNamara. He turns and brings it away. Finds space on this near side again. Trying to find their striker, Derry Kickoff. 14 goals this season. Wants to add to the tally this afternoon. He's in the zone. Deflected off. Corner. Napier City Rovers. So wonderful conditions here for football for both sides. Not too warm, a little bit of a breeze, but nothing to have a huge influence on the direction of the ball per se. And here's the corner. Napier City Rovers unable to capitalise in that instance. Still in possession. Chance for Wellington Olympic to break out. Shut down. McNamara. He's been a live wire. Just overrunning the ball, and again Wellington Olympic able to shut it down, but Leopard. Kickoff. Gosh, he's light on his feet. What a talent this young man is. Doe. Just looking for openings now that they've got a bit more possession. Kickoff. and easily shut down. Didn't get the power into that shot that he would have liked, and easily taken by the goalkeeper for Wellington Olympic, Scott Besselage. Leopard. Neil. Caden Atkins. Looking promising, but just a bit too much on the through pass there. Wellington Olympic looking comfortable at this stage, although Napier City Rovers have been able to get a bit more possession of late. Just looking to get more shots on goal and give themselves an opportunity. Fergus Neal. Back to Oscar Mason. Was just getting a little bit cluttered there with the push through by Wellington Olympic. And they do the same. Nice high ball. Leopard gets it off the foot and watches it go across the touchline there. And the throw taken by William Vincent. Gould. Gavin Hoy. And shut down there, back to Mason. Bill Robertson, stalwart of Napier City Rovers, head coach on the sideline. Distinctive voice, you can always hear him barking encouragement, support and direction for his team. What a competitor he is on the pitch, but away from the pitch, of course, an absolute gentleman. Wellington Olympic looking in complete control. Ben Mata, the captain, in the back there, and certainly looking comfortable with where his team is at right now. Things can change quickly though. Karajonovic there. Napier City Rovers just trying to find a way through this defensive wall of Wellington Olympic. They bring it forward again, Vincent. Good defence, Christian Leopard. That was Davenport Peterson there. Still bringing it forward, bit of a wrestle. Ball out, Wellington Olympic throw. An appeal for handball. It goes in favour of Napier City Rovers. And that was against number 23, Gavin Hoy from Canada. Through the middle there, Napier City Rovers go. No one running onto the ball, trying to find Christian Leopard, but just not quite getting the timing right for Napier City Rovers. Getting close to the half an hour mark in this first half. Wellington Olympic, the current Central League champions, ahead 2-0. Doe. Atkins. James Hoyle, the captain, trying to rally the troops. Whistle goes. Physical challenge there on the Napier City Rovers player. Kickoff has a crack. Whoa, nearly. He pulled the trigger. He thought, it doesn't matter. I'm here. I've got the ball. I'm going to pull the trigger and have a go. So we see on the replay, Derek Kickoff, the opportunity was there and just over. I tell you what, there wasn't a lot in it, to be fair. And that would have no doubt added to his tally of 14 goals this season for the 25-year-old. He's got long levers. Being 6'2", that's 188 centimetres, so he's a tall lad. And he can get plenty of power. But on that occasion, just a little bit high. But it's that old adage, isn't it? You don't want to die wondering. And that's kind of where it's at for Napier City Rovers. Any opportunity they've got to take. But here is Wellington Olympic. Gould coming forward. Oscar Mason, he is able to clear it. Clear it a good distance as well. McNamara held clearly there, you can see it. That was the appeal there was from Davenport Peterson, but McNamara for Napier City Rovers clearly held the free kick position back to the Blues. As we hit the 30-minute mark here at Bluewater Stadium, Ahiriri Napier, great to have you along, Tim Ewan with the call. And certainly the champions, Wellington Olympic, came out of the blocks very quickly. The second of their 2 goals was scored in the 9th minute, and that was to Gavin Hoy. The one before 6-minute mark was Caelan Gould. And they bring it away again now, but shut down Oscar Mason out of his goal, and he brings it forward. Ben Marta, the captain. Hoy. Vincent. Napier City Rovers trying constantly to find some space. There was Jack Albertini. Really trying to find an opportunity on that far side, but shut down again by Wellington Olympic. Skillfully kept in, but possession turned over. That was Cameron Emerson for Napier City Rovers, but unfortunately turned over, and an opportunity now. Good defence, Napier City Rovers. That was a very solid challenge, very legitimate, and able to shut that break down by Oliver Davies for Wellington Olympic. Now an opportunity, Kickoff. Those dancing toes through and just wide. He's having a go. The Englishman, isn't he? And as we can see previously, it was a good break there for Wellington Olympic by Oliver Davies, but what a challenge it was. And then Derry Kickoff not quite getting the power. The goalkeeper seemed to have it covered on that far side, but nonetheless, the more times you have pulling the trigger, the more chances you have of getting the ball in the net. They look pretty calm at the back, it has to be said, Wellington Olympic. There's never any concern. They just seem to know each other's game very well, which is reflective of why they are the current champions. Whistle goes, free kick. Caelan Gould with the ball at his feet. Scored his 11th goal of the season. Puts him ahead of Alvarado Thomas of Waterside Kaori. All getting a little bit messy in there, and the ref, rightly so, blows the whistle. James Hoyle, the skipper, quick to get it moving. His 46th appearance for Napier City Rovers this afternoon. What a stalwart, what a commitment he has had to this club. Nice touch there by Doe. Gets possession back for Napier City Rovers. Atkins. Neal. And then Leopard. Just trying to find the space that they need to create something to give Kickoff and co a bit of an opportunity. When they do, they seem to just turn it over. And here comes Wellington Olympic. Ball through, Oscar Mason. Coming out to try and defend, unable to do so. And that is the second goal this afternoon for Gavin Hoy.
Goal number 3 for Wellington Olympic and a second for Gavin Hoy.
Well, it looked like Napier City Rovers had it, but then the through ball comes and Caelan Gould, and then easy as you like, Gavin Hoy. Oscar Mason was in a little bit of no man's land, and here it is, just off the right foot on that near post, straight in the back of the net. And we said before that you felt that Napier City Rovers had to score to keep in contact, but not to be, and Wellington Olympic, they put the pedal to the metal, and they're 3-0 up. Well, Napier City Rovers really need to find something to take into the sheds at halftime to lift themselves. It won't be through lack of trying, that's for sure, in front of a good crowd here at Bluewater Stadium. McNamara, he's tried hard. But again, Wellington Olympic just seem to be able to bring it away when they need to, and they find space. Hoy, 2 goals this afternoon. Ball at his feet. Back with Wellington Olympic. Vincent. There was Gully in the back there. He's formed a good defensive wall with his captain at the back, Ben Mata. Now they bring it away once more. Certainly not what Napier City Rovers would have wanted. Overrun. And Oscar Mason just gets rid of it, but Gavin Hoy again. He's looking for his hat trick, not quite. Gould again. Good save by Oscar Mason. Gould is appealing, but Gavin Hoy almost looked like he was lined up for his hat trick. Here he goes again. Finds Gould. One touch back to Gavin Hoy. Good defence. Good goalkeeping by Oscar Mason. He comes out, he's got a big span, and he put his body on the line there and managed to keep the ball out of the net for Napier City Rovers. You get the feeling that Napier City Rovers just need to settle it down, take a deep breath, don't concede a goal, going for another goal almost, it would say to me. One touch from Hoy. And they bring it away again. Ball at the feet now. Devonport Peterson. Whistle goes, and it's a yellow card. A yellow card against number 7. That is Ta'e Do for Napier City Rovers. The 38th minute. Wellington Olympic 3-0 up. Caelan Gould. Let's see what Wellington Olympic can do. Trying to defend Napier City Rovers. The cultured left foot. Whistle goes up and over. Didn't time that one well at all. Already got one goal this afternoon, takes his tally to 11, and he was keen to add to it there, but just not getting the timing right and getting the sand wedge underneath the ball and it going pretty much straight over. As opposed to a low, hard 5-iron, one might say. 40-minute mark. Napier City Rovers. Play on is the call from the ref. Lots of noise, lots of appeal from the Napier City Rovers players. Then the whistle goes. Yellow card.
Yellow card for Cam Emerson.
And that is number 9, Cam Emerson. In the 40th minute. Referee just explaining his decision. Not happy at all. Cam Emerson, 2 yellow cards to Napier City Rovers. Still talking it through with the ref, but it's the old story. It doesn't matter how many times you talk it through with the ref. Very rarely, if any, regardless of the sport, have I ever seen them change their decision. And that's what he's saying. It's done. Whistle gone. Play on. Vassilage, the goalkeeper there, just barking instructions for the Wellington Olympic side as well. Three 0 up. Justin Gully. Wellington Olympic looking in complete control. 2 yellow cards against the Napier City Rovers players, number 7, Tae Do, and Cameron Emerson. Just unable to get Derry Korf with enough space to work his magic, unfortunately. Not the best timing there. Is this the little bit of luck the Napier City Rovers needed? Back to Oscar Mason, who hoofs it forward. McNamara. Gully. Too much, not enough running onto the ball for Wellington Olympic, but definitely comfortable with where they're at. Clearly at 3-0 up. Half time not too far away. You wonder whether the substitutes can make a difference for Napier City Rovers, but there's Gavin Hoy again, creating a nuisance of himself. And all Oscar Mason can do is bang it across the line. Whistle gone. Free kick to Napier City Rovers. Neil. Leopard. Mason trying to find the Napier City Rovers player, does so. Throw, quick through ball, out again. Still Napier City Rovers, and that was Cameron Emerson there. Working hard. McNamara. Whistle goes. And a card this time, it looks like, to the Wellington Olympic player. Indeed it is. And that was number 17, Devon Thurston for Wellington Olympic, that ended up with the yellow card, I think. Correction, I think it was Nathaniel Mariam. Quick breakout here for Wellington Olympic. Korf. He's been quiet the last 10 minutes. They haven't been able to find him. What a talent he is. If they can get him into the game, we may see more shots on goal. That's the plan for Napier City Rovers. Whistle goes. And getting a little bit tetchy out there, it has to be said. Looks like it was all accidental, but unfortunately, Napier City Rovers, if they have a look on the board, it's 3-0 down, which they clearly know, but sometimes it can contribute to tempers getting frayed when they're not quite getting the outcome that they want clearly. And the refs wanting to maintain control here. It's Gavin Hoy that's down in the 23 shirt for Wellington Olympic. Round 17 action of the Central League for 2023. Of course, Wellington Olympic are the champions for this year, courtesy of their victory a couple of weeks ago against Stop Out Sports Club. That was 6-3, and that's the third consecutive time that they've won. And the referee just telling the players just to take a deep breath and let's get on with playing football. But you could see that the Napier City Rovers players, they were getting frustrated. Extra time being played in this first half here at Bluewater Stadium. And we get back to the game. Big high ball. Oscar Mason finding Fergus Neal. Whistle goes, and half-time here at Bluewater Stadium after 3 minutes of extra time. And the champions, Wellington Olympic, are ahead 3-0. 2 goals to Gavin Hoy in the 9th and 35th minute, and 1 goal to Caelan Gould in the 6th minute. Going to take a break and be back with you at Bluewater Stadium in just a moment or two.
The Fern is a symbolic representation for all New Zealanders and has been reimagined to represent all of football in Aotearoa, New Zealand. A circular shape not only symbolises the round ball used by all those that play the game, but also, and more importantly, represents the strength and infinite connection created by all those that play a part of the game. With each piece of the Fern recognising and acknowledging those that make the beautiful game beautiful. The stalk represents our grassroots, our communities, our clubs, our volunteers and our fans. They are the foundation and are at the centre of all we do. The pinner represents our federations across the whole of New Zealand. Our federations guide and protect our clubs and communities, allowing everyone to be heard, to be represented and provide guidance and opportunities at every pathway. One brand identity with regional differentiation. Federations in New Zealand football working together to serve our communities, creating more than a game, creating a sporting whānau where everyone is welcome.
We believe in supporting and nurturing our extended sporting whānau, working towards promoting a healthy group activity that kids, parents and friends love. We want everyone to feel invited. It is in our DNA. We are accessible to all. We are football in Aotearoa. We are the beautiful game, and we are proud to be the largest sporting whānau in New Zealand.
With 17 of the Central League, where we've got Wellington Olympic, the current champions, of course, against Napier City Rovers. And here's the highlights from the first half. And as we can see, it was nearly an opportunity for the home side. Christian Leopard bringing it forward, but unable to do so. And then Wellington Olympic, they had a lot of possession, and this was Caelan Gould, and that was in the 6th minute. His left foot curving around the outstretched arm of Oscar Mason. And 1-0 up there. And then in the 9th minute, Gavin Hoy, easy as you like, just absolutely simple. All he had to do was get his right foot on the cross there from Devonport Peterson, and he gets his first goal. Opportunity for Napier City Rovers, and that was Fergus Neal bringing it forward, but there was not quite enough of the ball across the line, it seemed. It was blocked by the keeper initially, and then McNamara appealing, but not given. Derry Corf, the Englishman, has looked likely for Napier City Rovers, but just unable to get the ball in the net and a bit high on that occasion. And then the third goal of the first half, and Gavin Hoy, he is on the end of a great through ball there. And once again, the right foot just able to get it off that inside post there. And 3-0 up in the 35th minute, thanks to Gavin Hoy's second goal. 3-0 it is. Wellington Olympic ahead of Napier City Rovers. And one wonders what the home team can pull out for the second half, whether it's going to be one-way traffic again, because the first time this team met this season, that was in earlier on, round 7 I think it was, and it was round 8 correction, 6-3 to Wellington Olympic back then. That was at Wakefield Park. And so another 45 minutes ahead of the home side, Napier City Rovers. Let's see what they can commit to. And as you may have noticed, that the Napier City Rovers players are wearing black armbands when you see their shirts move up. That is simply an acknowledgement of those that have lost their lives in the cyclone in February. A wonderful touch, wonderful gesture by Napier City Rovers. And our thoughts and hearts go out, as always, to everybody affected by Cyclone Gabriel here in Hawke's Bay. Second half about to get underway, Bluewater Stadium. Let's see what they can produce. The home side, they will certainly be digging deep. Bill Robertson would have made it absolutely clear what his expectations are in the second half. They need to start strongly. They need to get the ball forward for their attacking weapons to show their wares, that's for sure. But the defence for Wellington Olympic has been so solid, led by their captain, Ben Mata. A little bit of rain has been falling off and on at Bluewater Stadium, so it may just make the conditions of the pitch just a little bit greasier. And a few yellow cards too dished out in that first half as well. Cameron Emerson and Ta'e Doe for Napier City Rovers. And for Wellington Olympic, it was Nathaniel Haley Mariam. As far as we're aware, there haven't been any changes to either side at this stage. The number 3 shirt for Wellington Olympic is Joseph Hopper, and he finds the goalkeeper there, there's Scott Basilage, who's been solid all afternoon. Big, strong foot, able to clear the ball back. Wellington Olympic bringing it forward again. Thurston. Hoy. Thurston trying to get the ball back again, but shut down by Jack Albertini for Napier City Rovers. And a corner there taken by Gavin Hoy for Wellington Olympic. High ball, trying to find some space, deflected. Goes again and back of the net once more. It is for Wellington Olympic. They score again, 4-0 up. And you can see the smiles on the dials. They are ecstatic and they are putting on a masterclass here at Bluewater Stadium. 4-0. And that was in the 48th minute. From the corner, the cross comes across, and in the number 32 shirt there for Wellington Olympic, it was Ollie Davies. Not the start that the home side, Napier City Rovers, wanted for sure. Goodness me. Someone's lost a boot there. Yeah, for sure. They have. Play on though, McNamara. Now it's just a case of the home side, Napier City Rovers, just wanting to get a goal. Whistle goes, allowing the player to put on his boot. Napier City Rovers bringing it forward now. Korf still going. Derry Korf, they get another corner. Leaves it for McNamara. They need him in the box there to try and create havoc. See what they can do. McNamara now, the cultured right foot, strikes it, it's up. And just tipped over, but another corner on this near side. And here's the corner and it up and easily shut down there. Scott Basilage, I say, the goalkeeper, able to pull that down quite comfortably, and they bring it away quickly. Gavin Hoy, he's been a handful this afternoon here at Bluewater Stadium. Nice touch there. There's the goal scorer, Oliver Davies. Through again, Davies, ball at his feet, looking once more, but Gould. Push in the back, it looked like. Whistle goes. Wellington Olympic with the free kick. And away they go again. Well, one just wonders what the plan will be for Napier City Rovers. Oh, that was clearly a shoulder. Clearly a shoulder against McNamara. To his credit, he just gets to his feet, plays the free kick quickly. Never any in danger of conceding the goal there, that's for sure. McNamara, thoughts of a opportunity there, but then turned over once more, and the free kick goes to Wellington Olympic. lot of whistle being blown here. Just getting the players understanding exactly what the call's for. Good strong challenge there. McNamara. But again, just when it looks likely for Napier City Rovers, they hand possession back to Wellington Olympic. Caelan Gould. That will be a Wellington Olympic throw. Looks like as the substitution, as the rain really starts to pelt down here at Bluewater Stadium, double substitution for Wellington Olympic. Coming on is number 16, Joshua Apa Preston.
Will be replaced by 16 Josh Apa Preston and 28 Gianluca Salas.
And Gianluca Salas in the 28 shirt is on. And Oliver Davies and William Vincent. Their work is done here at Bluewater Stadium this afternoon. As the rain really starts to bucket down, as you can see. Straight into the gloves of Oscar Mason. With the wet weather, the rain, the score, without being pessimistic, you'd almost be thinking that Napier City Rovers will be saying, hey, let's get this game done and dusted. Opportunity, though, not quite getting the power on the shot that he wanted right there. For Napier City Rovers. That was Stefan Karajonovic. 5 goals for Napier City Rovers this season. Grandfather played professional football in Bosnia and Serbia, so great lineage there. Whistle goes. Free kick back. Handshakes all round. Sometimes it can be just symbolism, can't it? Do they actually mean it? Who knows? And well and truly high and over. Not a shot on goal there at all.
Changes for Napier City Rovers. Number 8, Johnny McNamara, and 20, Christian Leppard, are replaced by 12, Alex Mort, and 8, Sammy Lack.
And on for Napier City Rovers is number 12, Alex Mort, and number 8, Sam Lack, replacing number 20, Christian Leppard. And number 11, Jonathan McNamara, who's had a good day at the office, that's for sure, in a team that was always going to be under a lot of pressure. Napier City Rovers trying to find some space. Korf. Good little touch there, bringing it forward, and the back of the net is found. Napier City Rovers, they get one at long last. Well and truly pleased. No two ways about it there. And that was Stefan Karajonovic. That is his 6th goal of the season. And as you can see, he had a bit of work to do. But he was able to weave his way through traffic and find that far side of the net. And Napier City Rovers, they get on the board. In the 57th minute. That'll give them the lift they need. Double blast of the whistle, free kick. No, ball across the line. Throw to Napier City Rovers. Taken by Jack Albertini. As the rain is very, very heavy at Bluewater Stadium. Big shout out to our cameramen who are braving the elements, Richard and Carlos, bringing you these pictures. Also goes Cameron Emerson. Back to his feet quickly. James Hoyle. Jack Albertini. Nice touch. Still an opportunity for Napier City Rovers. Kickoff weaving his magic. Trying to find a through ball there was the replacement, Sam Lack. Applying pressure, Napier City Rovers. Nice touch to Neil Fergus. Fergus Neil, I'm sorry. And just a bit too high and a bit too wide there. Trying to find Alex Mort. Sending it forward is Brassilage, the goalkeeper for Wellington Olympic. Gets it back. Wellington Olympic. Just slipping on that surface. Alex Mort. Kickoff. Albertini. Back to Kickoff again. Just being pressurised though, they can't find space there. So they go to the far side and see what they can conjure up. Good pressure, good pressure. Ball goes across the line, whistle goes. Goal kick. Fergus Neal there. Nearly trying the old 1-2 of getting a corner there. Not able to do so, but good pressure nonetheless. Play on is the call. No signal or whistle from the ref. Opportunity now, Napier City Rovers, but again, shut down. Gavin Hoy. Caelan Gould steaming up this near side. Nice through ball. Gould with the ball at his feet now. Back to the new one. Upper Preston. Ball up. Oscar Mason able to shut it down. Looking a little untidy, a little bit ragged at the end there, but managed to keep the ball out of the net. Job done for the moment. Albertini. Emerson. Neil. Header from number 10 there, Derry Korf. Just going astray, as we can see on the replay. The through ball there was just pretty much on the money, but the header was a little bit high, more off the top of the head than the forehead in terms of getting the direction that Derry Korf wanted. And Wellington Olympic come away with it again. Nice touch, through ball opportunity. Keeper, he has to use his head. Not over yet for Wellington Olympic. You just feel Napier City Rovers wanting to try it and find another gear. Yes, Oscar Mason bringing it forward again. Starting to get a few long balls going, which is all well and good, but you need the people on the other end of the chain. But good intent from the skipper, James Hoyle. Napier City Rovers. Fergus Neal. Korf. Nearly. Close for Napier City Rovers. It looked like it could have been all on. Just the bounce of the ball and the spin just stopped it. But they are still in possession. Of course, as soon as I say that, they hand it back to Callan Gould, who zips away. Well, Oscar Mason looking to try and find a bit of space for his teammates. They're at the wrong end of the pitch right now. And now they try and find a through ball. But like I said before, if the accuracy isn't there, it's easy diffusion for Wellington Olympic. And so it should have been shown right on that occasion. And you can see with that skid and slide of Devon Thurston, the water really starting to show from this deluge. Certainly been a busy weekend for sport in Hawke's Bay with the Sotheby's International New Zealand Hawke's Bay Marathon yesterday. Close to 4,000 participants and a very much a grab by Callan Gould. Of course, used to play for Napier City Rovers. In position straight back to Wellington Olympic. Devonport Peterson. Crowd getting a bit restless. They want to see the home side with the ball at their feet. And a good opportunity for Derry Korf. But Wellington Olympic AFC, they're the champions for the third consecutive time, and they're showing it today at Bluewater Stadium, that's for sure. It looks like we've got another substitution.
Change for Thursday by Napier Rovers. Number 9, Cam Emerson, replaced by 13, Harry Mason.
So Harry Mason coming on to Bluewater Stadium. He is replacing number 9, Cameron Emerson. So 2 Mason brothers on the pitch, Oscar in goal and Harry Mason. They are the sons of Central Football's Chief Executive Officer, Darren Mason. So football definitely in their veins and in their DNA, no two ways about it. Immediately gets a touch. And trying to find some space here for Alex Mort. Whistle goes, free kick to Wellington Olympic. Alex Mort, very aggressive, very abrasive. Type of player, though, that you certainly need to keep an eye on, because he'll hustle and bustle, and before you know it, you might have the ball taken off you and it could be at the other end. Whistle goes once more as we get close to the 70-minute mark of this final game of round 17 of the Central League for 2023. Wellington Olympic looking pretty comfortable at 4-1. But Napier City Rovers, they are certainly wanting to give something for their home fans to cheer about. Another goal or two, and they can come from nothing. They've got attacking strike power, as I've said before, in the form of Derry Korf. 14 goals this season. Professional football for NY Red Bulls and FC Tucson. But just creating the space for him to work his magic has been the difficulty this afternoon for Napier City Rovers. Still 20 minutes left, plus extra time. Harry Mason. Korf, ball at his feet, let's see what he can do. He weaves, he turns, he pulls the trigger. Not able to connect as he would have liked, and shut down by Wellington Olympic once more. That's a bit of a push there, it looked like, by Doe. Whistle goes. And Doe already has a card. Whistle goes. Referee just explaining the decision here. Free kick at the end of it all to Wellington Olympic. Ben Mata, the captain, just settling things down. For Wellington Olympic, and now Napier City Rovers, big long ball through.
Final change for Napier Rovers.
Another sub.
Makes way for George Andrew.
And number 3, George Andrew on. So Doe off in the number 7 shirt, and on our sheet we have 3, but it's actually number 2, and that's where there's a little bit of confusion with the ref. Just talking with Bill Robertson, the head coach, so a little bit of administration attending to here by the look of things. So we have George Andrew in the number 2, as he is on the pitch right now, but he's listed as number 3. So number 2 is George Andrew, as was announced by the ground announcer, as you heard in our fixed mic as well. So we can confirm that. And he's replacing number 7, Tae Do. So that's the bench cleared for Napier City Rovers. And taken away it is by Wellington Olympic. Trying to make something from the back here, Napier City Rovers. What can they do? The bench is cleared. Fresh legs. The Bluewater Stadium faithful would certainly want to see another 1 or 2 in the net if they possibly could. Good solid challenge there. And a nice through ball. And they bring it forward. Patience needed though. Whistle doesn't go. Not happy there. That was Nathaniel Haley-Murray. He's already got a yellow card. Result is a corner on that far side. And getting it underway is Koro Jovanovic. Not over yet though. Yes it is. Kalen Gould. No whistle. Play on. Gavin Hoy. 2 goals this afternoon. Ooh, physical contact then, and now we've got Mort. Mort on this near side, gassing it away. Can he link up? Can he get the through ball across? He tries, opportunity. Korf with the ball at his feet, but it's shut down. There's an appeal. No whistle. Looked a good opportunity there for Napier City Rovers. Good work by Alex Morton, the number 12 shirt for Napier City Rovers, but not able to turn it into an opportunity to have a crack at goal. Still in possession, Napier City Rovers though. They're working hard. They have done so for the last 5-10 minutes, this last stanza. Albertini. He gets the ball back again. Alex Moore looking to run on to the ball there, but well offside. Ref calls time off, and it looks like the Wellington Olympic goalkeeper, Scott Besselage, getting some attention, a little bit of tape. He's just let the one in this afternoon. Albertini, but puts it across the line. So that means Wellington Olympic will get the throw clearly. Upper Preston with the throw. Hopper. Good skills on that far side. Salas. Sliding tackle, good defence. A lot of noise from the supporters here. James Hoyle, the captain, Napier City Rovers. Good resolute defence. Ball loose. Gavin Hoy. And it just goes wide. He hadn't really set himself up to make a good strike on that with the left foot. And Oscar Mason not under any real pressure there, as we can see on the replay. Turns and pivots. Little touch again, and not really getting across the ball to hit it as he would have liked, but looking for his hat trick. He already has two. One in the 9th minute and one in the 35th minute for Gavin Hoyle. Devonport Peterson. Boy. Nice touch, Korf, but shut down again. Resolute defence once more. Kalen Gould. Nice touch. Having a look right now, it seemed upper Preston, but not to be. Mort. James Hoyle puts it through, the captain. Harry Mason. Chance nearly for a breakout there for Wellington Olympic, but as they have done pretty much the whole of this game, they've looked calm, composed and collected, that's for sure. That's toward Devonport Peterson. And a bit of discomfort there. $10 minutes plus extra time in this final game of round 17 of the Central League competition for 2023. The 2023 champions, Wellington Olympic, ahead 4-1 and in complete control, it has to be said. They have put on a masterclass. They came out of the sheds on fire. 3 goals in the first half and just the 1 in the second half, and 1 goal in the second half for Napier City Rovers. And they want to find the back of the net for the Bluewater Stadium faithful that have turned out today. And here they go once more. Let's see what they can produce. Trying to get the corner, but not to be. Another long blast of the whistle. Wonder if we have some more substitutions coming on. That's Joseph Hopper down. I don't know whether he's just taking a breather or he's got a bit of a knock to his ankle, it looked like. Hamstring.
Just while we got this quick break here, just a final thanks to our sponsors. So FISBO, Hello World, Hawke's Toyota, Lotto,
coming to the sideline. Just see whether there's been a replacement yet.
Natasha Hedfield, Real Estate and Superlift. So thank you all for your support this season.
Yeah, indeed, he has come to the sideline, Joseph Hopper. And he has his replacement.
Change for Olympic, Joe Hopper comes off and
it'll be
Nick
number
Ball comes on.
29, Nicholas Ball, coming on for Wellington Olympic. Bringing it forward now, the Napier City Rovers players, but again, once more, just when it looks likely, the ball is taken from them. Kalen Gould still going. Good run by Kalen Gould. Good defence. Fergus Neal there. Shut down by the veteran. Veteran in terms of games, not an age. He's only 27. Mort having a look, trying to link up in the middle, but again, once more, it's shut down. Sam Lack doing the hard work, and Mort nearly in the gap with the through ball, but the cross sadly goes astray. Whistle goes, what was it? A push in the back, it looked like, on Haley Mariam. Free kick, Wellington Olympic. Davenport Peterson. Sam Lack. Albertini. They're trying to find holes, this Napier City Rovers side, with getting close to 5 minutes of regular time left here at Bluewater Stadium in Ahariri, Napier. Now there's a chance. Mort, what can he do? Can he link up? Whistle goes. Offside. Well picked up by the assistant referee on this near side. It looked likely. Alex Mort, all he had to do pretty much was pull the trigger and he would have had a crack, as we can see on the replay. It was a pretty solid through ball just in front right there. And he was looking to link up with the attacking player on the inside. It looked like Karajovanovic, who scored in the 57th minute, the only goal this afternoon for Napier City Rovers. But here they go again. Korf. He didn't really get it lined up. He had a pull of the trigger, but he didn't really fire the cartridge. Looked a bit damp because of the rain. The bullet in that chamber, that's for sure. Korf has looked likely, but he just hasn't had the space he needs to weave his magic, the 25-year-old. Oscar Mason. Albertini. Not finding the mark. Oscar Mason, he's come out from his goal. Opportunity here for Wellington Olympic. Shut down. Still up. It's still alive for Wellington Olympic if they want it. Whistle goes. Gavin Hoy looking for his third this afternoon. Dangerous moments for Napier City Rovers, but they managed to shut it down. Oscar Mason came out early. Good period of attack for Wellington Olympic. 4-1 ahead. They want to close it out. Gavin Hoy. But shut down there by James Hoyle, the captain. Ball still alive. It is for Wellington Olympic, though. Less than 3 minutes left of regular time. And shut down there again by Fergus Neal. And it's a corner for Wellington Olympic on that far side. Kalen Gould making his way over to take the corner, but Wellington Olympic player is down. Looking somewhat uncomfortable, and the ref has called for assistance from the sideline. There is talk possibly of 3 or 4 minutes of extra time. Just trying to see who the player is that's actually down there right now. Number 23, it's Gavin Hoy. 2 goals this afternoon. Just a bit of a knock, bit of a bump. The trainer pulls him to his feet and he's good to go again. No, he's got a bit of a hobble actually. So that means that there'll be a little bit of adjustment needed for the setup for Wellington Olympic. They have the reserve goalkeeper, Jacob Daly. He'll be wearing a 41 on his shirt, so whether he comes on, I would suspect yes. 4 substitutions listed, as we understand it. Just a short drop there. Back to Gould, the left foot cross comes in. As we roll to the last minute of extra time, Wellington Olympic really trying to finish on a high and find the back of the net. Not able to do so in that instant. And here's Napier City Rovers. Albertini, good run from Albertini. Ball at his feet, has a shot. And it was a good shot too on goal. And the number 5 shirt for Napier City Rovers, Jack Albertini. He nearly did it himself, as we see on the replay. Dancing, moving in and out, and he lets rip on that far post. And good goalkeeping though by Scott Basilage for Wellington Olympic. Corner taken. Kickoff. Just a short ball there, and still on attack it is. Up high and wide. So regular time done and dusted. We're estimating 3 or 4 minutes of extra time. The players will be feeling the heat, not in a physical sense from the sun, but from the pace of this game.
So we've got 5 minutes of added time.
And just hearing on the sound effects announcer, the ground announcer, just a bit on 5 minutes left of extra time. It certainly would bring the crowd alive here if Napier City Rovers were able to find a second goal. Mort. Shut down again by Wellington Olympic. Gould. He's been threatening all afternoon. And good defence there. Fergus Neal. Kickoff, offside by the look of things, yes. Not by much. Basilage bangs it downfield. Good distance on that kick. Nice touch. That possession going to Wellington Olympic. Possibly 3 minutes left of extra time. Here's an opportunity, through ball, who wants it? Mort with the ball at his feet, he shoots. He didn't get a piece of it like he wanted. It looked like all he had to do was go left or right, but he couldn't quite get the timing on his strike. Fair play to him, he had to pull the trigger and have a go, but the timing wasn't quite there as he would have liked. An opportunity missed for Napier City Rovers to get their second goal. Alex Mort, he certainly has looked likely when he's come on. Here he goes again. Nice touch there, Sam Lack. Just running out of real estate, that was Karajovanovic. And as we can see, Alex Mort, he takes the ball through Kickoff didn't quite get a piece of it as he would have liked, and in the end he hit it straight to the keeper there, Basilage, who was under no pressure whatsoever. And here he is clearing his line once more. Probably a bit over a minute and a half left in this game at Bluewater Stadium. Aharere Napier and Wellington Olympic have certainly put on a masterclass worthy of the champions that they are. And they're not done yet. Nicholas Ball. Whistle goes. Trying to get that corner. Gould. What can they conjure up in the final minute or so of this game? Hoy. There it is. Whistle goes. Full time here at Bluewater Stadium. The champions of the Central League for 2023, Wellington Olympic, victors by 4-1 over Napier City Rovers.
So it'd be great to see you all inside.
Well, certainly Wellington Olympic, they are worthy champions in 2023 of the Central League, and rightly so. They came out of the sheds incredibly quickly and scored 3 good goals in the first half, 1 in the second half to the 1 goal scored in the second half from Napier City Rovers. And as we can see, Caelan Gould there bringing the ball forward, still going, a good run from him, his cultured left foot, and he swings the ball around that far post for the first goal in the 6th minute. Oscar Mason not given much of a chance there. It was a good strike, and their second goal was in the 9th minute, and that was the through ball there by Devon Pedersen. And easy as you like to number 23, it was Gavin Hoy in the 9th minute there. Just a nice cross and off the right foot. Easy to put that one away for Gavin Hoy. He wasn't done. Again, Caelan Gould on the end of that cross was once more Gavin Hoy in the 35th minute, and they went into the sheds 3-0 up. Simple as you like for Gavin Hoy, and he gets a brace this afternoon, 2 goals. And so 3-0 was the score at half-time, and there he is with a cross in the second half. It went a little bit out of shape there, but they were able to swing and turn around, and in the 48th minute, it was in the number 32 shirt, Oliver Davies. And not to be done by number 19, it was. Ball at his feet, going forward, not much of an angle. It was Stefan Karajovanovic in the 57th minute to get the solitary goal for Napier City Rovers. So there it is. Wellington Olympic 4, Napier City Rovers 1 as the rain started to fall. Great to bring you this coverage. Big thanks to our cameramen, Richard and Carlos, also our producer, John. We hope you have a good afternoon. We look forward to bringing you more football coverage in the future. Go well and up the Wars.